Alright guys, just showing you what we're doing here with making jars of different, we've got sandwich spears, thicker ones we're going to make for snacking, for like spicy pickles. We're doing some hamburger type pickles here. And these we're just doing by hand. These are going to show you, you don't want to use the, the big fat pickles when you're running it through your KitchenAid. And I've just got the thickest slicer available that came with our kit. If you use the big fat cucumbers, they just kind of turn into a pile of mush like this. See the centers? There's just too much water in them, so they blow up. Alright, took a short kid break there. Anyway, you can kind of see here, we're just going to end up juicing those short fat ones. But these, and I don't remember, Chuck could probably tell me if these are the Tasty Jades or not. I was going to look it up. I forgot which is which. But these really long ones will go through the Vitamix, or I don't know why I keep saying the Vitamix, through the KitchenAid. And they're decent size. They're a little bit thinner than a regular hamburger dill pickle, but they'll work. Slicer attachment, how it works. KitchenAid. And there you go. So that's the thickest. They might sell a little thicker attachment, but we kind of like thin pickles, so we're going to try these out. And we'll have to follow up and see if they turn out. There's all the pickles so far, and we've got one more left, so we probably make another 2 jars, and that'll be probably all the jars we have right now. So alright guys, we'll follow up when we're putting the brine in and sealing the jars. Got all the cucumbers sliced up, and we are chilling them right now. And you're probably wondering, why are they already in the jars and you're chilling them? These are just extra jars here. So the jars that we're using for canning, we are sterilizing all these jars. We'll sterilize them for about 20 minutes on about 250 degrees. I've got the convection oven running, so that's going to keep the air moving around, do a little bit better of a job. But anyway, we'll start working on the brine in a little bit. We'll just leave the jars in there and let the oven kind of stay warm, so it'll keep those jars warm. Then we'll transfer those cold cucumbers in just a little bit. So we pulled the jars out of the oven now that they're sterilized and they're still warm. Packed them with those chilled pickles, and the brine is ready, and we're heating the water.
And I'm just adding some dill and garlic into the jar for extra flavoring.
And the brine we're just using, since this is our first time, we're using a store-bought kosher dill pickles. And for our spicy pickles, we'll do our own recipe, but since this is still kind of new to us, we kind of got the easy way out on these.
Okay, so I picked up a wide mouth funnel to get this liquid in there.
So she's just putting the brine in there with the funnel that came with the kit. And
we're supposed to leave a 1/2 inch of headspace, so I'm trying to make sure I don't overfill. That looks about right. Just going right up to the rim right there.
And we'll try to pack those in to make sure it stays under the liquid. And these, we tried to pack these jars pretty solid, so keep the garlic from falling over. We've packed them where you can kind of flip them over and they don't fall out. Kind of cram them down in there a little bit. You can see the thin ones, you actually can pack a whole lot more cucumbers than the thick ones that we cut. So that is something to note. We're gonna see how the thin ones taste. I really like those on the sandwich, the thinner ones.
Alright. Okay, so this jar is finished. You can see that the pickles are below the brine, and we're gonna put the sterilized lids on and put them in the water bath in just a minute.
So we got the lids over here sterilizing, and the kit comes with a little magnet. She can show you the little magnet to pick up the lids. Makes it a lot easier.
Just keep it sterile too.
Oops. And you just finger tighten them. So there we go. Our first one's ready. Looks pretty with a little dill in there. Alright, now we'll get all the other jars in and we'll show you the canning kit. The 21.5 quart. This is at Walmart for about 20 bucks. You can probably get it on Amazon. I'll put the link below. We've got, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 jars. And they're the wide mouth jars in this 21.5 quart pan. So we will see if they'll fit in this pot here. So we're going to put these on for about 10 minutes. Ooh, we'll see if there we go. Alright guys, we're back and the 10 minutes is up. We've set the jars up and she's just pulling them off now.
So we're going to set them over here. We're supposed to let them sit still for 24 hours without disturbing them. So
They look pretty good.
getting them all in there. And after these, we're going to work on our next batch, which is a sweet and spicy pickle.
Oh, look at this over here. Oh.
I've got the brine starting over here. And I used a recipe, which we can post up, and I also added some extra spice because we like things pretty spicy.
If you like spicy, this next batch is not for the kiddos.
And there's the last dill jar.
Well, kinda. Here's the one that didn't make the cook. We'll have to do a round of all the leftovers and get them cooked till later. So that's pretty cool. We got 9 in that big old pot of the wide mouth. Some people were only able to get like 6. You have a couple of those big old pots going, you can get these done pretty quick. Alright guys, we'll come back and take a look at the spicy pickles in just a little bit. Alright, what she's doing now is just prepping all the jars for the spicy pickles. So we're putting in some garlic, some red pepper. What else you putting in there?
We've got the pickle crisp, just to make sure we don't have mushy pickles. And then we've got a little bit of pickling spice and crushed red pepper. And some mustard seeds.
some mustard seeds. Do you do any celery seeds?
That's next.
Alright, we're going to do a little
And then
celery
apart from
seeds.
that, it'll just be the spicy brine that I've already made. Well, it's a sweet and spicy brine, so it's got about a cup of sugar in the whole thing. So it should give it some pretty nice flavor.
Alright, here you can see packing jalapeños in the jar. Putting dill in there. All the spices at the bottom. And the brine itself is pretty spicy, so those are just kind of extra. Alright, come back when we're getting these ready to roll them. Alright guys, here's the spicy ones. We can get 7 full-size quart jars at a time. And one other thing, when you're filling them with the brine solution, make sure you wipe off that lid before you pull it out and put it on. Make sure it seals good. And also, before you start your timer on here, make sure this is on a rolling boil, not just warm water, but actually a rolling boil. So I just wanted to make sure we covered that so you guys don't run into that. Alright, one other thing is when they're sitting here cooling, you'll start hearing a ping or a pop, and that lets you know that they're sealing down, the lids are sealing down. You're not supposed to really push on them right now and check them, you might mess them up. So just a quick little tip on if you start hearing noises, you didn't do anything wrong. Here's the final spicy pickles. So we got the 7 jars, and we've got another 6 jars going in here of a variety. So we'll have a good shelf full at least. Anyway, alright guys, hopefully I can get this all edited and posted. Took a lot of takes doing this. Anyway, this is our first go around. We tried to research as much as we could and put all the tips that we learned along the way, so maybe that would help you guys out. But anyways, it's gonna be a lot of patience to wait 30 days to let these marinate really well before we open one. But we might do a follow-up and let you know how they taste. And I know Katie can put the recipe she used for the spicy pickles down below. These are just a store-bought, but I think these will be really good. They look really good. Alright, good luck guys.
Thanks for watching our video, guys. If you like that, give us a thumbs up. You'll find more videos over here and subscribe down here. Bye bye. See you next time.